The FA Cup is the oldest football tournament in the world and has been going strong since the 1871-72 season. The joy of the tournament is almost any team in the country can enter, and sometimes even non-league sides will get to face one of the elite clubs from the Premier League in the country, and that of course has led to shocks over the years, so we're going to run down some of the biggest in history, starting off with On One Leeds. Leeds were one of the greatest teams in the division in the 1970s. At the end of the 71-72 campaign, the Whites finished second, and they were taking on the Black Cats, who were expected to be a rollover, but incredibly Bob Stokes' men pulled off a 1-0 victory, and that trophy remains their only piece of silverware won since World War II, and just incredible where Sunderland were at that time, nowhere near the position of Leeds. Moving on then to the much more recent one, and that's 2013, Wigan 1, Manchester City 0. Roberto Mancini's side were odds on to meet the title against the Wigan side, who were battling against the drop of the Premier League. The Latics pulled off a 1-0 victory with a corner and Ben Watson heading it in the 81st minute. And Wigan went on to be relegated and still won the cup. This was just incredible. It was quite funny seeing the team in the Championship playing in the Europa League every week. Moving on then to Liverpool 0, Wimbledon 1. Well, the two final mentioned above are up there with the biggest giant slaying ever. The most remarkable story was when Wimbledon beat Liverpool. This was in the heart of Liverpool's glory days. Kenny Dalglish's Chargers were champions in fine form, and he lost 2 games. The Red has strolled through the final against mid-table Wimbledon, given the form they were in. But Dave Bessett made the first ever penalty save from John Aldridge, and Bobby Gould's Chargers went to win thanks to the first half goal from Loris Sanchez. At this time, it prevented Liverpool becoming the first side to win the double twice. Just an incredible achievement. Moving on then, Wrexham 2, Arsenal 1. In 1992, reigning top-flight champions Arsenal were drawn against old 4th Division side Wrexham. The Gunners made the trip to the racecourse in the third round in fine fettle, only losing 1 game in the campaign to Chelsea. George Graham had a number of international to pick for him, but it still wasn't enough to beat Wrexham, who had got the winner in the 82nd minute thanks to a free kick from Captain Thomas. And for me, looking back at all of the matches over the years, many hundreds of years, this has to go down as one of the biggest ever, as well as this one. Chelsea 2, Bradford 4. One of the most recent major ones was between Chelsea and Bradford at Stamford Bridge. Jose Mourinho's side were flying high in the Premier League and went on to become crowned champions later in the season. The Bantams were 49 places below the Blues in the footballing ladder, battling out in League One. This was destined to be a routine victory for Mourinho's team with the likes of Drogba and Hazard. Chelsea took the lead through Goro, Cahill and Ramirez, but City bounced back from 2-0 down, and this tie has gone in FA Cup folklore, and Bradford went on to make the quarter-finals of the competition. An even more recent one now, Burnley 0, Lincoln 1. Lincoln City completed a giant-killing double act with their 5th round victory over Burnley at Turf Moor in 2017. If the National League defeating a Premier League side wasn't enough, they also became the first non-league side in 103 years to reach the quarter-finals. Sean Raggett was the hero with his late header, giving Lincoln their famous victory and advancing them in to the quarter-finals of the Cup. And I still remember watching this, just incredible when Lincoln took the lead. The way they held on at the end as well. But moving on then, Oldham 3, Liverpool 2. Liverpool racked up to a wet and windy Boundary Park to take on League One side Alton for an FA Cup game in TV in 2013, with a team including Suarez, Gerrard, Sterling and Sturridge, to name a few, having beaten their opponents 5-1 earlier in the season. Many expected a similar result this time around, but a double from Matt Smith, who had given up professional football just years earlier to gain a university degree, and a third from Reece Walker saw Paul Dickoff's side and produce a seismic shock and pick up the win. But anyway guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts, comments and below. Follow us to thank you so much for daily football news and subscribe to our channel on the screen. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.